All right, kids, there's the dog ready for class. Let's breathe up, lift up, and exhale down. Breathe up and exhale down. And up. Breathe up. And remember, you need to go outside at nighttime. You need to remember that the sky is deep purple and large, and tonight we have a lunar eclipse and a big full moon. So everybody's energy is full and awkward and emotional. Breathe in, lift up. Let your head go with your breath so you look up, breathe up, raising the rib cage away from the waist. Breathe up. 3 more times. 1, 2, and 3, up. And exhale and bring the arms up overhead and humbly slide on down the heart line. Let's nestle the thumbs at the breastplate. Pause easy. Gaze inward, scan the body. We dedicate this breath and the practice to our finer selves, to an more even road or path. Easy. Remembering that the full moon is filled with change and luminosity, big emotions, big witnessing, big observations. Sweep the arms out, up and overhead, and just exhale off to the right side. And easy, just pull that elbow away from the knee. Shake out your head and oh, somebody's excited. Oh, this other one's asleep. That's funny.
I'll turn the sound off.
That's okay. I don't think it bothers anybody in particular. I can't hear you groan. And easy. Inhale, lift up, and happy cactus. And swivel, swivel, swivel. Just loosen up the body. Start the circulation. Remembering all that stimulation, not only of the cells of the skin, but of the entire organism. And then breathe and lift the arms overhead. And we go off to the other side. Let's just pulse off to the other side. So we're pulsing left. Easy, letting that right elbow bend so there's a rebound effect. Lift the chin slightly off the notch so the face is like the moon, just straight forward. Good. It's good to stretch. And easy, inhale back up, happy cactus, spin, spin, spin. And easy, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, slide down. Change your feet. Good, and pull the skin of the bottom back behind you. Easy, try and think about, put your hands right today, fingertips on the crest of your hips and your thumbs on those lower unattached ribs. So when you get tired and collapse, out pooches the stomach and that distance shrinks to about 2 inches. Relax your shoulders. And then lift your chest, relax the shoulders, and you open up that distance around the waist or your belly button to about 4 inches. So try and keep that spine erect, arms up and overhead, slide on down. Now we'll squish, hands on the inside of the knees, spin the torso around. Start to identify that area of the back, identify the area of the waist. See if you can't get a little bit of massaging going on, a little bit of circulation. Go the other direction. And easy, stretch the arms out, up and overhead. Arc the arms back around behind you. Elbows are in. Put the hands on the ground. Lift the chest up. Pull the elbows behind your back. Try and touch the elbows. Lift the chest and move your jaw. Inhale through the nose. Let your tongue come out. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, tongue in, head up. Hands come on the knees. Inhale, stretch. And exhale, just drop the head down to the ground in front of you. Kind of wiggle the shoulders. Just see where the body resists. Press down on the thighs. That's good. And roll on up and change the feet. And lift your head up. And exhale, roll down to the ground. Press down on the thighs. Kind of move the back. Move the shoulders. Good job. And easy. Inhale, lift on up. Arms up and overhead. Slide on down. You get all that extra breathing. Push the legs together. Stretch the legs out nice and long. Bounce the knees. It's always Thursday, garbage day. My garbage people always come during class. Pull the buns back behind you. Wiggle your toes. You can kind of give a little circulation rub through the inner arterial flow. Just scoot around to the kidneys a little bit. Side lymphatics. Easy across the chest. Thymus, thyroid, the yelp. And easy. Pull the skin of the buns back, arms up and overhead, forward bend, easy, just bow down. And exhale, relax the elbows. You can rock a little side to side. Because this other yoga dog, he's sound asleep already. He's perfect. Just loosen up that hamstring insertion point. How are you doing, Andrew? Do you feel him? Okay, rock a little bit, side, side. Lift your chin just a little bit, Mr. Squires. Look at you at your toes. What happened? You've been practicing yoga lately or something? Oh, what, Todd? Just slide the hands back towards your knees, fingertips down, chest up. Now alert the legs, engage the legs. So the back heels are pressing forward. The chest is reaching out towards the knees. Shoulders are down, toes towards the nose. Gary, let your hands go a little further forward so you have more crying in the back of your thighs. And then easy, point the toes, open the top of the feet and activate the midline so that the ankles come together, the calves come together, Mr. Johnson, the inner knees come together. Squeeze your legs. Well, hello. And then push the heels, toes to the nose, little toe to the earlobe. Lift up, get some space in here, Gerber. So you're really looking out over your toes, desiring to see way down the bottom of the canyon. And then point the toes, open the top of the feet, activate the midline. Remember, that's your ankle bones come together, the calves squeeze, which also activates your buns, your inner knees press together, and you look out over your toes, ankles together, Mr. Squires. There you go. Oh, pretty. There you are. Activate the legs. And easy. Take your right hand, pull the toes towards your nose, go on the outside of your left calf, right below the knee. Stretch the left arm forward, sweep in a big semicircle, and look back over your left fingers. Keep it at a 45-degree angle, not down on the ground, up in the air, and use that torque. There you go. Use that pressure of your right hand against your calf to give your chest more of a swivel and an open. Good. That's good, Andrew. You can hold on to your waist. And then easy, lift that arm up and just cross your body, go to the outside of your right calf, release the right arm, and then lift on up and look back. Twist the body, spin the body, look over your right elbow, look over your right finger, a little higher with the arm so you're 45 degrees like wings. Good. Spin the torso. And easy, cross the hand down to the outside of the left calf. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Come around behind you and see if you can pull the fingers to your bottom and lift your buns up. Point the toes, squeeze the elbows, lift the hips. Buns up. And easy, bend the knees, lower the buns down, and roll over onto all fours. Roll over. Good. Come into child's pose, open the knees, lay on down. Open the knees so the belly hangs down between the thighs. It's a concept. Relax your mid-back. Let your tailbone settle back on your heels. Breathe in and breathe out. Good job. Take that moment to remind yourself that it's the illumination. It's the surrender for strength. That the brow pressed to the earth allows you to get the head below the heart. Circulation of the cerebral spinal fluid, feeding your brain, feeding your pineal gland. That life force flowing up the spine towards the center of your head. And easy, let's go ahead and stretch the arms out, lift up the wrists, shimmy and shake. Lift up the forearms and the elbows. Lay the hands down and come up onto all fours. So you find yourself in a nice tabletop. Curl the toes, round, flip up. Exhale, round, articulate the spine, and round. And round. And then easy, take your buns and swing around your ankles. Get your head up just a little bit, Freddie. There you go. So you lead with your pelvis. That's good. Go the other direction. Let the hips kind of slide out so you get that ball and socket joint of the hip to increase the synovial fluid, the more of a less friction bone on bone. Try and pull in some juiciness. And then easy. Exhale, look through your thighs, look at your hands. Inhale, lift the head up, and then find yourself in a nice T so the belly's against the backbone. Wiggle the elbows, pull the elbows towards each other, forefinger and thumb nice and strong. Left foot goes back behind you on the ground. Press on the heel of the hand so you stretch out the calf. Drop the shoulders, breathe in. If you don't feel it, something's wrong with you. Well, there's nothing wrong with anybody, sorry. Have to be politically correct. Elbows stay in, easy. Inhale, hinge your shoulders over your hands and let that left leg just float up at hip level. Push to the heel, smile, pull that left foot forward so you can see your toes. You can bring it all the way to his wrist. That's good. Go further forward, Gary. Oh, and then lift it off the ground. Oh, a little higher, never hurt anybody. And then go all the way back around behind you. Cross the body. Lift the chest. Look over your right shoulder. See if you can see your heel. Really give yourself that torque, that twist. And then easy, lift the leg, come back off to the side, lower the foot down, roll the little toe line, that blade of your left foot on the ground, and open up your left arm. That's good. Breathe in, lower the arm down, find your organization, lift the leg, swing it back off your hip. Inhale, exhale, nose to knee, round the back, squeeze the body. Inhale, look up, raise the leg, exhale, inhale, squeeze out, squeeze in. Once more, lift back and bring that foot forward between your hands. You're going to have to drag it probably. Left foot comes all the way forward. So if you drag the ankle all the way to the front of the mat, then you get off that back knee and you can lunge your thigh down to the ground. Keep your chin up. Just rock a little bit. Good, and rock back. Increase the mobility. Try and stay off the kneecap. Doing better. Buns all the way back. Toes to your nose, Gilbert. Oh, this is the part that's so magnificent. Once more. And easy, come forward. You can curl the back toes or not and see if you can hold on to the front, that left knee. Feel that the right thigh, that back thigh is heavy and you roll over the top of your kneecap. Andrew, you might want to take a wider stance so that this back knee, you can get off the kneecap. And then raise the right arm up. Left arm up. And then slide the hands on down to the heart. Push that left knee in and twist off to the left side. Oh, palms together. Go even more, Gary, more. Oh my gosh, that's it. Good. Nice. Open your fingers, Andrew. Lift up the back knee, maybe. Give it a go. Suck it up in your chikimula. Lift the back knee, Mr. TJ, Mr. Johnson. Hold on there, Brenda. Don't hurt yourself. It's a long week. Breathe in, breathe out. And then lower that knee. Pretty good. Hands down by the left toes. Easy. Tailbone gets that little string to the back heel. Sit back. Try and kiss your front toes. The bottom goes to the heel. The toes, the front toes come towards your nose. Are you looking at your toes, Mr. Squire? Are you crying? No? Gary's crying. Wiggle your wiggle your tailbone a little bit. Breathe. Try and straighten that leg. Careful of your knee. And then easy, you're going to inhale, come on back forward. Bring the hands, lift up the back knee. So you're back in runner's lunge. And the buns get really high. And that left foot sweeps up to the sky and kick yourself in the buns. Fix your hands, Gare. Will, there you go. And then easy, point your toe. Practice now, point your toe, elbows are in, look at your forefingers and bring your elbows in and lower your bosoms to your thumbs. Lower down with control. And then flatten the foot. You're down flat on the ground. Inhale into Sphinx. How's it going, Sphinx? Careful your back, Square. Rock your hips. Hands are big. Look over your shoulder towards your heel. Oh, look over the other shoulder towards the heel. Oh, the dogs really think, they just love yoga. They think you're down there only for them. And easy. Lower on down. Pull your legs together a little bit, Fred. There you go. And then Lower on down, hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to inhale, keep the knees together, hinge back and sit on your heels. Let your hands just barely drag in a little bit. Sit back on your heels, arms are long. Take a nice deep breath and sweep your hands around to your heels and drop your shoulders. So you're in a little child's pose, you're in a little ball. Your forehead is down, your shoulders are relaxed, the breath is squeezing in the belly and moving into the back lungs. Traditional child's pose, relax your shoulders. Let your arms just rest on the ground, Fred. Yeah, good. And then easy, slide the hands on forward. Keep your knees together, lift up the palms of your hands so that you're in spider fingers. Elbows and wrists are off the ground. Keep the bottom glued to the knee and Michi march off to the right side. Michi march off. Use your right hand to help really give you a long stretch in your left arm and your left shoulder. Careful, Andrew. Just be kind to yourself, but stretch and feel the intricacy of the design of that shoulder girdle. Feel where it doesn't get used. Feel how the skin allows the ligaments and the tendons and the muscles to stretch and lengthen. And then use the Michi march back. Use the fingers, spider finger around. Keep your knees together. Keep your heels, your bottom on your heels. Go all the way. Sometimes you have to take the belly with you. Twist and easy. You can use that left hand. Slide it back a little more so you stay low. Reach through your right fingers. And then easy, Michi march back into the center. Spread your fingers, come up onto all fours. Shake out the tailbone. Breathe easy. Good job. Okay, everybody smile. Elbows are in, fingers are spread. The forefinger and the thumb are nice and strong. You feel the elbows squeezing towards each other. The right leg is gonna head back towards the mat behind you. You're gonna press on the heels of the hands. Stretch your calf and your Achilles. Keep the head connected through that skinny little cervical neck. Keep it connected to the spine. Now rock on over the top of your hands and wrists and let the right leg float to hip width or hip height, I guess it is. And inhale and bring that right foot forward. Off your hip, lift the leg high. Good, and then it's going to swivel all the way around. Cross the body, look over your left shoulder towards your heel. Lift up more so that the chest is up. That's it, that's it. So you really feel how that pelvic, how your waist, how the muffin top, right? Just muffin top stretching. And then lift the leg, use your fingers, use your arms, lift the leg back off to the side. Drop the foot down at hip, right off your hip. Lower the outside foot and raise the right arm. That's good. Beautiful. There you go. Breathe in, breathe out. That's good. And then lower that right arm down and lift the leg and swivel back to directly off your hip. Inhale, exhale, knee to nose. Inhale back, look up and exhale, knee to nose. Really squeeze when you bring that knee to your chin, just squeeze your internal organs. Stretch the leg back once more. Exhale, squeeze in. Inhale, stretch back, look between the hands, step forward between the right hand, or the right foot forward. And now just find yourself. Roll. I would scoochie this right foot forward so my left kneecap isn't pressing into the ground. And then I just hinge back and forth. Just hinge back and forth. Good. So when you go backwards towards the back heel, watch the front toes lift up towards your nose. That's it. Good. Keep your heads up. Oh, we haven't seen David. Once more. And then easy. Find your lunge. I find that I curl my back toes. Seems to give me a little more connection when I drop my hip. So if you want to, you can. Otherwise, flat foot, little toes down. You're heavy in your groin towards the earth. Bring your hands to the top of the right thigh. So this distance, this lengthening of the left side of the body is enhanced by lifting the chest, by sweeping the left arm up to the sky. So these fingers are literally stretching your thigh, stretching your inner groin. And then the right hand joins you, or it. Slide your hands down, push the right knee in, take the elbow to the outside, and press the palms together. And if you're thrill seeking, you lift up the back knee. Strong in the underbelly. Good job breathing. There you go, there you go. A little bit of Mula Bandha. That's good, good job. Easy, lower down softly. Excellent. Hands by the out front toes and sit back easy. Now same leg. Good, walk your hands forward, Mr. Squire, way towards the top of your foot. Oh, you're going to go into the splits? Oh, good job, be careful. That's good, keep going. Lift your head though, keep going. Go a little more. See, Brenda always works on the splits. Todd. There you go, Amy. Walk a little further. Walk a little further. Stick that leg out, Freddie. Go wild. Pretend you're like ice skating or something. You have to practice the splits. They don't just come by themselves. That's good. Oh, that's pretty, but don't do anything fast now, Squire. Easy. Pull your belly. Slide your foot back. So, easy. You're going to curl the back toe, lift the back knee, lift the bottom. What, Care Bear? There you go. And sweep that right leg up to the sky. Kick yourself. Kick. Loosen it up. Shoom. Elbows are strong, fingers and hands are strong. Pull your stomach in, point the right toe, look at your thumbs, lower your bosoms to the thumbs. Keep that right leg engaged. And then lower down, slide the hands forward, easy, come into Sphinx. Breathe in, breathe out. Oh, that was good. Good job. Are you frowning? No frowning. Gabra, are you frowning? Oh, good. Easy, spread your hands. Will, look over your shoulder, look over the other shoulder, back to the center, and easy, roll on down. Hands underneath the shoulders, go ahead and sit back in child's pose. This time, open your knees. Sit down on your tailbone, your tail on your heels. Breathe in and breathe out. And then easy, stretch out the arms, inhale up onto all fours, pull the knees into parallel, sit back on your heels, curl the toes under, 3 breaths, just sit there. As painful as it may be, breathe in and breathe out. And then the hands go by the knees and you easy can come up standing without passing out. Keep your eyes open, come up to standing, and then find yourself in that beautiful place where we open the palms, standing in mountain pose. Come up easy, Andrew. Just don't pass out, come to standing. So stack your bones, root your feet. This practice of being radiant and valiant. Palms forward. Identify the outline of your feet and root your feet into the earth. Stack your bones. Integrate and activate the tapestry of your muscles, your ligaments and your tendons. That ability to be erect, to walk on the earth. That's where that expression comes with your head in the clouds. You have the crown of your head open to the sky. Your heart valiant and radiant. Contained in your container, that central core. Palms are forward, so you have opportunity to give and receive. And the intuition, the 6th chakra, your brow is unfurrowed. That's Eclipse. You become that pranic flow, that energy that surges through the body, that ether body that's breathable and drinkable, permeable, honey-like, smooth. Breathe your breath into the marrow of your bones. One of the most difficult things is to be still, to actually witness and observe, to not push an agenda or to have an idea of how it's supposed to be. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle. Stack your bones. Abundant breath. Soft throat. Pulsing brow. Ability to witness, to be present. That's the challenge. Reach through the wing bones, out through the fingertips. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Slide the hands on down the heart line. Bend the knees, walk to the front of your mat. And easy, stretch the arms out, open the arms into a T. Step back on your left foot, 3 dips. 1, 2, 3. Bring the arms forward and open up into warrior 2. Hands can go on your waist while you adjust yourselves with the camera and with your stance. The right knee is going to be safe over the top of the right foot. The left foot is as far away from the front foot as the length of your leg. So 2 to 3 feet. back heel behind the toes. Front thigh would love to be 90 degrees. Some action through your central core, your root. You want to lift it up so that you can explode tenderly into warrior two. Gaze over your right shoulder. Let the hands, fingertips point towards the ground. And then let the hands flip up and push the heels of the hands away from you. Breathe in, breathe out. And then inhale, arms up and overhead, straighten the front leg. And drop down the back thigh, looking up the right arm. Good, breathing. Hi, Melissa. Breathing. Get something done with the stomach there, children. Don't forget that. So you're lifted, you're strong, and then easy. Inhale back to warrior two. Kind of float into it so you softly find your power and your serenity. Drop the right forearm onto your thigh. Let the left arm reach up to the sky. Good job. Wrap that top arm around your lower back. Some of you can grab it all the way onto the thigh to help roll the top shoulder back. The straight back leg is strong into the earth. And then release that arm, stretch up to the sky, over your ear, forward over your ear. There you go. And then easy, inhale, lift on up to warrior two, arms overhead, pull the right toe in so you're pigeon-toed. Exhale, let the hands go behind you, grab your fingers, lift your chin and chest. Good. Toes are pointing towards each other. And then easy, if you're okay and you're not having a lot of pain in your back, go ahead and just swan dive slowly out over your toes. Drop your head down to the ground. Look through your thighs. Shake your head. Lower the hands onto the lower back. Rub your lower back, rub your thighs. Squeeze your calves. Grab your ankles. So the wider your base, the wider your feet are, the closer you are to the ground. Good, so open the feet wide. And then drop your hands onto the ground underneath your chin. Right hand under the chin. Go ahead and swivel the left arm to the sky. Good. Strong legs, Todd. There you are. And then lower that hand down. And go ahead and float the other arm up to the sky. Oh, good. Watch that shoulder. Lengthen the neck. Open up your buttocks. Hey, that's good. Nice. Turn your arm a little bit towards the camera, Andrew. Your top arm. Yeah. Yeah. And then lower that hand down and easy. Swing side to side. Bend the knees and just lunge side to side. You got to open your legs a little wider, Gare, and bend down so you get way down so you have a whole experience of inner thighdom. Bend down a little more, Todd. You know how to do this one. Just I can hardly see you, Brenda. Good, son. That's good. Bend a little more, Freddie. Yes? And then easy, come back into the center, heel toe together a little bit, all the way together, we might as well. Keep the knees together, lean on your thighs, look up. Chair pose. You know, it's just horrifying sometimes. I wake up in the morning early and all I'm doing is teaching classes and have all these really wise things to say. Lift your chest. But I was, remember, it was chair poses when pull your ankles together, Amy, and easy. Happy cactus. Straighten out that back. Sit your butt down there, Fred. And then easy. Swing high, Melissa. Spread your arms back behind you. And inhale and lift on up. Look up. Don't pass out. Inhale, lift on up. Look up. Exhale, arms in a T. Separate the feet slightly. Roll the arms down towards the thighs. Palms forward. Find yourself in mountain pose. Notice if there's any difference between this time and the last time you were in mountain pose. Notice how you feel good in your feet. Notice how you have a relationship with the earth, that extension of the body, that abundant and buoyant breath. Notice the beating of your heart, the quality of your breath, the softness in your throat, smoothness of your brow, connectedness of your feet, openness of your crown. Beautiful. Lift the toes. Lay the toes down. Reach from the wing bones to the fingertips. Inhale, lift up and overhead. Exhale, slide on down the heart line. And we'll work the other side. So step to one side or the other of your mat. I know it's awkward with the, what's it called? The camera. Easy. You're going to stretch the arms out in a T. Bend the knees, step back with your left foot. Is that right? Or your right foot? Yeah, there you go. And easy, dip the knee. 3 times. And then easy, round the body and open yourself up into warrior 2. So the arms are down. You're going to point the fingers down. And then you're going to point the fingers up the sky, push through the heel of the hands. Bend the front knee. Make sure the distance is good between the feet. Back leg is straight, Fred. Easy breathing. Sitting there, let that front thigh start to burn. Good job. Bend a little more, Todd. And then easy, turn the palms up and bend onto the front thigh. Left palm to the sky, shoulder stacked up, right fingers reaching. One more breath. Strong legs. In the Mula Bandha, wrap that top arm around your lower back. Roll the back arm around the lower back. Roll the chest open, roll that top shoulder back. And then release that top arm, stretch over your ear. And inhale into the right side of the body, float back up to warrior 2, arms overhead, straighten the front leg, straighten your left leg, and slide down the back thigh. Good. Do something with the stomach. Squeeze the wing bones together. That's good. Straighten both legs, Amy. Straighten both legs, Fred. Both legs are straight. Strong, straight legs. Don't move them and just tip over the back leg. There you go. And easy. Inhale, lift up and bend the knees. Arms overhead. Turn that left foot in. Take the arms back behind you. Twine the fingers, roll the shoulders, stand for a minute, pressing down on your feet, loosening your jaw, lifting your chest, doing the Eva Gabor, like you're biting an apple on the tree. And then easy, tip on over, down to the ground. Roll the arms up, wiggle the shoulders in the back. Hands on the lower back. Rub the back thighs. Rub the back of the calves. Ankles. Hands drop underneath the chin onto the mat. Both sides, so the left hand's under the chin, right arm floats up to the sky. Open your legs a little wider, Andrew. You'll be able to get down a little better. Smooth, darling. Stack the shoulders. More, Will. More, Gare. Open your buns up. There you go. Lower that right hand down. Right below the chin. Spread your legs. Anchor your feet. Float that left arm out. Feel it in your inner thigh. Lengthen the neck. Maybe it's the shirt. Ah, hello. And then easy, lower on down. Easy. Inhale, lift your head up, look forward, open your buttocks, straighten your back. And then exhale, lower down, crawl through your legs. Try and get your head to the ground. How are we doing on that one? Oh, very good. Very good. It's a busybody. Open your legs further, Freddie. He says, oh my God. And then easy, come back into the center. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders, lift your head, look forward, bend your knees, heel toe together, and drop down in between your thighs. Oh, there's a whole bunch of people there. Palms are together. Lift your head. Drop your buns, Fred. Elbows inside the knees. Squat down, baby. Just pretend you were picking peas. Don't peas grow on the ground? Strawberries, maybe. Drop your buns. Press your legs open. Oh, there you go. Oh, that's pretty good. You guys just super comfortable? If you drop your buns down more, look inside look at my elbows. Choom, choom. Okay, catch yourself. That's nice. Andrew's praying for mercy. That's easy. Catch yourself behind your buns, lower on down. Guys are funny. Stretch your legs out. One breath. Inhale up. Exhale, just fold forward. See what's happened. Oops. What's happened? Oh, there your toes are closer. Oh, hooray. No frowning. I said, breathing. Oh, good job. Now drop the hands, walk on back in. Take your left leg and just slip it on top of the right thigh. Pull the skin back on your bottom. Hug the knee into the chest. Push the right leg far away from you. Left arm sweeps up 45 degrees back. Fingers are on the ground. See if they can walk in towards your tailbone. Lift the chest and hug that thigh close to your belly and look over your left shoulder. Breathe in, breathe out. This is for the weekend. This is getting ready. Easy. That's good. Keep alert to the straight leg. Hug closer, spiral more. Breathe in, breathe out. Pleasant look on the face. And then easy, bring the arm around and just go ahead off to the side. Take both hands and just bend down to the side. Unwind yourself, the open body. Hare Krishna. Inhale back up, change the leg, stretch it out. Other leg comes in, right leg comes in. Make sure you scoot that skin behind your bun so that you sit up on the bones. See, I didn't invent that thing, the bony butt, right? You want your little bony buns down on the ground. Lift the chest. Put alertness in that left foot. Push with the left heel. Sit up tall. Watch the arms so that you lift out of your waist. Slide it in towards your tailbone. Hug the right thigh. Look over your shoulder. Spin that upper torso. That's good. Lift your chin a little bit, Andrew. That's good. Let that upper torso. Hare Krishna. Hail to the divine within, right? Squeeze, opening, creating space, allowing that magnificence to surge through you. And easy, come on around. Other side, both hands, and just bend over and unwind yourself. Try and get both shoulders parallel to the earth. And easy, slide that leg out, pull the buns back. Last forward bend, lift up, exhale over. 3 breaths. 2, 3. Walk your hands on back end, easy. Roll down onto your backs. Hug your knees into your chest. Good. Hug the knees in. Rock a little bit. And easy, hands on the kneecaps. Spin the legs, equalize any unevenness that you may experience, whether it's the surface you're standing on, or the leg is one leg longer than the other, or one leg is more flexible, one hip is more yielding. Reverse the circles of the knees. Allow that sacrum to equalize, to rebalance. You have the support of the earth. The spine is gently resting. And then easy, hop into happy baby. That means you hold the out ankles or the outside little toe line of your feet, and you get the kneecaps into your armpits. Try and keep the tail down, the back of the skull down. Open your feet a little wider, Fred. That's good. There you go. That's good. Bend your knees a little more, Geber. And now easy, take your hand. Hold on, Todd. You sure you didn't buy a boat? Put your hands on the inside of your thighs and burst your legs open. Rotate the feet around in circles on the ankles. Full range of motion. Trace the face of the analog clock. And then the other direction. And then the hands go easy on the outside thighs, and you press the toes, you press the legs all the way together up to the sky. Keep them straight, Todd. Hold the hands behind the head, elbows are open, push the heels, angle the feet about 3 inches off the crease of your upper thigh, so they're angled just a little bit, and give yourself some crazy breathing. Exhale through the belly. Clean it out, equalize it out, get rid of the tension. It's full moon. Create some space in there. Reflection. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Lift the head, lift the shoulders, elbows open, throat is easy. Legs are slightly angled off and away from you, so you get a little more work. Brenda, hello. Oh, she's cramping. It's all that dancing. Keep going. We're going to try Todd, angle your feet up a little more. Should feel it in your stomach. Yes or no? Yes. Here we go. Last 10 breaths. Legs are straight. Elbows are open. Head is up. Shoulders are off the ground. Breathe now. 30. 10. 20. Last 10. Go for it. Inhale. Squeeze everything. Exhale. Bring the knees into the chest. Lay down on the ground. Ankles are together. Thighs are at the chest. Cross the right thigh over the left. Arms in a T. Inhale. And with relief, exhale to the left side. Let the top arm come with you. Clap the hand and just unwind the body. Let the right hand sweep across your eyes. Look away from your knees. The left hand is weight on that top thigh so you get an extra stretch in your lower back. Tuck the knees up a little closer, Todd. Good, and then on the exhale, roll back onto your backs, unhook the legs, bounce the hips, hug the knees into the chest, arms in a T, cross the left thigh over the right, inhale, exhale, roll to the right, take both arms with you, and then take that left hand, sweep across your eyes, look away from the knees, and let the right hand be a weight on that thigh, on your knee. Torque your body, wring out your waist, massage your liver, massage your gallbladder, breathe, breathe, breathe. Circulation, refresh, stimulation. Good job. And easy. Exhale, roll back onto your backs. Unhook the feet, bounce the hips on the ground. Boom, 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 boom. Give yourself a hug. And slide the legs on down on the ground, arms by your side. You're going to take a big inhale and lift your arms off the ground 6 inches, your legs off the ground 6 inches, your head off the ground, and your shoulders. And inhale and lift your head up, same time. Inhale, squeeze everything. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And then, let everything go. Relax. Hands can be wide or hands can be on your belly. Hands can be easy. Eyes closed. Body relaxes. The eyes definitely just roll inside the skull. Large muscles drop away from the bones. Inner groin relaxes. Brow is unfurrowed. Throat is soft. Skin is caressed by the sweet breeze. The same breath and the same breeze that caress the interior. Surround yourself with that sweet honey-like nectar, that sweet honey of the honeybees. Allow yourself that healing that occurs. Surrender to the support of the earth, that open viscera to the heavens. The grace and the gratitude move through you. Simply be sweet and kind, curious and creative, compassionate, willing to look at things from a different perspective, willing to forgive quickly. Easy. 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 It can be easy if we're willing. Smooth. Go ahead and breathe into the navel point. Re-inhabit the vessel. Notice how sweetly you rest. Easy, breathe into the fingers and the toes. Let the breath reconnect you. Move the fingers, slide the thumbs across the fingertips. Oh, my cowbell. Sheep in the field. Easy. Take an inhale and exhale. Let the hands gather at your heart. Just gather in all the sweetness, all the kindness, all the light, all the love, all the joy, all the abundance. This big full moon, this time of gratitude and grace. Often there's a bittersweet aspect to it. Embrace that as well. Tender-hearted. And easy, lace your fingers, twine your fingers, stretch your arms up and overhead, pressing the palms away, step the straight legs together, stretch the arms, flutter the eyelashes, move the lips, inhale, exhale, tuck the knees into the chest. Today we roll to the left. You roll left in honor of the fullness, the brightness, the luminous quality of the moon. Let it shine on our insides. Press up to seated. Acknowledge the rootedness, the seatedness, the earth-boundedness. Believe in the joy that reaches out through your fingertips and lifts up and overhead, pointing to the sky. Baby finger and thumbs. Burst open, make your cup, your chalice, slide down that full lotus mudra, a position of receiving, nestling the thumbs at the breastplate. Exhale the fingertips together and bow the brow towards the heart. And again, we bring ourselves back to this place of bowing, honoring, greeting, humbling ourselves before the magnificence of the dancing Great Spirit that's within ourselves and others. Thanking ourselves for being present and a part of knowing the sameness of our breath, the sameness of our blood, the sameness of our love. Have a beautiful and wonderful Thanksgiving. If I don't see you before then, enjoy this big moon. Namaste. Thank you so much. Thank each other.